Mayweather, McGregor, the hype is real. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Let's
go, champ. Let's get him, champ. Let's go, champ. Get him, Bacon. Get it, Bacon. Get down. Hey, get that down. Get that down. No. Let me get some of this. As I say, the fighters are facing off. We do want to thank you for being part of this international press tour that continues to fall in Toronto on Thursday in New York City, Thursdays in Central Brooklyn, and on Friday in Baltimore. Talk that shit, P!
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to become part of the gang notification gang. Hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats. I just did the live stream. I got some super chats. Really appreciate those. The donations, the Patreon patrons. Now, you guys seen the title. The hype is real. Mayweather versus McGregor. And I'm loving it. Like McDonald's, I'm having a good year. Not that this fight is so impactful in terms of meaningful, because no matter what happens, I don't think Conor McGregor is going to stick around and start challenging boxers at 154 like Jermell Charlo, things like that. This is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, a once and done for both fighters. Floyd said he's retiring after beating Rocky Marciano's record, if he can do that by beating Conor McGregor, and or Conor McGregor will probably go to his native division, you know what I mean, the UFC. So it's a historic event, two fighters merging on an even playing field, two different worlds. Like I said, it's like a video game. It's like Capcom versus Marvel, or DC versus Marvel, or something. And this is big, and this is what I told you, and I'm having a great year. Some people are like, oh, this fight ruins boxing, yet they're all in the press conferences, all in the videos, talking about what happened and who won and the trash talk and who had this one-liner and that. Some of y'all are so fake, and I told y'all in January, tell the truth. Tell the truth, right? And people like Andre Ward, I interviewed him, talked to him about this fight. He didn't have a problem with it. Errol Spence didn't have a problem with it. They said, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't really see Conor McGregor necessarily winning, but I mean, it makes a lot of money. But there were some people, fans, Golden Boy, Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, and they were basically boycotting and petitioning this fight. And none of that's necessary. 2017, with or without this fight, is in a good place. We're getting a lot of quality boxing only for all the boxing fans fight. So to me, I said it was a circus or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, we know why this is happening. There is so much at stake money-wise. These guys would be foolish to not take it, right? And it's very simple. Plus, there's entertainment value, and it's an event. Point blank, period. You can take it for what it's worth, but I told you guys, this wasn't going to be a good year for you. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And all the people, oh, I'm boycotting this, I'm not watching it. A lot of you guys are liars. You were lying because it's apparent. Now, I got some numbers to go over. And I thought the press conference, you've seen the clip at the beginning, it was pretty lit. There was some good, and this was the first stop. So, you know what I mean, maybe guys are jittery from the moment or this and that. But as the week wears on, we'll see what both fighters look like and what they say. Like, there's multiple stops. There's 3 more stops. And it's just, I think it's going to be big. I told you guys a long time ago, I can see this fight possibly breaking the fight with Manny Pacquiao. I really can. And this is what I believe De La Hoya and other people who aren't associated with this fight, what they feared, because they knew this is the type of fight to get casuals alike. De La Hoya just did he made a statement talking about casual fans will watch Canelo versus Chavez Jr., right? So what do you think is going to happen here when two different worlds collide? And the proof is in the numbers. So you'll see on screen. I screenshotted this before, it was like maybe 30 minutes before the event was about to, Showtime streamed it on their YouTube channel. They streamed the press conference. There were 55,000 people in change waiting for this stream. I don't know how long they've been waiting, but there was at least 30 minutes before this was to begin. And you had 55,000 people just waiting. Now, I cover a lot of boxing, and I myself, when I haven't sent someone to the fight or I'm not covering the fight myself, this is what I turn to. I go to the Showtime or HBO stream and watch the weigh-in or watch the press conference. So these are high numbers. That's a high number. 55,000 people waiting. Not like they're watching. It's just standby music. It's a picture of Mayweather Mcgregor, like a fight poster, and you just sit there and wait. So people waiting. Staples Center looked like it had a good amount of people in it also. Now, another thing that I noticed is when you look at the numbers, this was a screenshot of during the fight, how many people were watching it. Now, during Showtime Boxing's YouTube live stream, you'll see at the top, 180,000 people were watching this Los Angeles press stop on Showtime's network. 180,000 just on Showtime. Now, since this is also a UFC event, UFC had people and had their own stream to capitalize off this, even though this is a Showtime fight. And you'll see the screenshot. This Los Angeles press conference already has 398,000 views on the UFC's side, on their official YouTube account, right? So you got to look at that. Do the numbers, do the math. This is just the first press tour stop, and there is already 400,000 views on the UFC's official YouTube stream of this press conference. And then there was at least 180,000 people. I screenshotted it when I seen, so that number could have fluctuated. Some people might have dropped off, had to go to work or stop watching or whatever. But when it was screenshotted, 180,000 people were watching. And those are two separate platforms. So you combine it, then it's just going to be big, because it's almost getting double exposure. Showtime Boxing, their whole network, their whole YouTube, and then UFC whole side of it is doing the same thing to promote the fight. They promoted on the last UFC 213 or 214. I think it was UFC 213. They were promoting this fight. So it's like a double whammy. This fight will make money. And this is exactly what I was telling you guys. This is why people who are not a part of the deal have the biggest issue with it, because they're not making no money. So Bernard Hopkins saying, oh, I'm from the old school, old money and new money. There's new money, and the old people, when I go to Barbados, you know what I mean, all that, you're not really saying nothing, because these two are going to cash the fuck out. And then on top of that, I'm just being real. Canelo Golovkin, bravo. I'm so glad that fight's happening. But this one press tour stop has provided me, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that honestly feels this way. To me, this one press tour stop gave more people something to talk about than anything that I have seen thus far with Canelo Golovkin. Anything. You know what I mean? People talked about it. I was actually in Las Vegas when Golovkin, after the Chavez Jr. got his ass kicked by Canelo, and Golovkin got in the ring, boom, boom, and walked out, that whole WWE stuff. And then they did a quick press conference, and then it was short-lived. I'm seeing non-stop people post, talk about it. Then after, people are debating who won the trash talk. People are debating Floyd looked small, Conor looked way bigger, who was more confident, this, that, and the third. Then they're talking about Conor McGregor and Floyd Sr. got into it, and who's beat. I'm telling you guys, the writing's on the wall, and all these people who claim, oh, I hate this fight, don't watch it. This is more money for me and all the other people who have no problem covering this fight and making videos about this fight. It's simple. Demonetize your videos. Don't talk about face-offs. If it's a gag and it's ruining boxing, why would you support it by doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and just to clear the air, I'm not a hypocrite. There's fights that I don't really fancy, like Canelo Liam Smith or Cotto versus Kamagai, and I publicly stated that I'm not really a fan of that. Like Pacquiao Vargas, I wasn't really hyped off of those fights. So the reason I even cover those is for you, the fans, because this is my job. So it's kind of my duty to cover trending topics despite how I feel about it. But there's a lot of people who, with this fight particularly, or anything Mayweather does, or certain fighters, Andre Ward or whoever, and they're always super critical. So again, my challenge to them, don't talk about it. Focus on, you need to help Canelo Golovkin do 1,000 videos on that, do 1,000,000 videos on Cotto Kamagai, because right now those fights need some life. Because I'm not just saying this, I literally have not seen, after the press tour for Canelo Golovkin, which I didn't see anything go this viral this quick like this Mayweather. They did one stop and people are losing their fucking minds. Oh, he said he had a tracksuit. Oh, you know what I mean? And the face off, and oh, Floyd says, sit down, you little bitch, sit there and be quiet and shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? What happened? Like, Canelo and Oscar should have known this, being a businessman. He should have put Canelo in English speaking courses like when he was fighting Mayweather, maybe even before that, to the point where by now he's better with it, because it's done wonders for Pacquiao. His English wasn't that great when he first started fighting in the States, right? Miguel Cotto, same deal, but they worked on it. Golovkin even. And that would help sell the fight, because you could have a face-off and it doesn't, Golovkin, you can understand what he's saying in English. You can understand certain things. Canelo, he can understand it in English, but he has to reply in Spanish. Certain parts, he might have an English response, but you could tell that's not his comfort zone. So when they do the face-off, I guarantee you it's going to have some subtitles, and that's just what it is. But from a marketing standpoint, that would have been great for Canelo's career to participate in like some kind of translation, like tutoring or whatever. So he improved it, because now you could do certain things, because Canelo, he's no sucker. So he's like, I'm gonna knock so-and-so out. For all the English fans who don't speak Spanish, since the fight is taking place in the States, that would be good for them, just to hear it, and you can hear it with the conviction in their voice instead of having to necessarily read it. You know what I mean? And that's why fights like this is gonna definitely sell, because the fights are happening in the same venue, the T-Mobile Arena, but you understand Conor in English, you understand his English, you understand Floyd Mayweather's English. You know what I mean? So they can rival each other right then and there on the spot and be yelling and say, oh, I'm gonna knock you ass out, you easy work. And that's what gets people to buy in. And you got to look at the climate, the current landscape of boxing. That's kind of what's in. Social media age, all this shit. Black China and Rob Kardashian, this shit gets blown up instantly. People who I never even heard of are become famous almost off of, I don't even know what their talent is. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I mean? Hide your wife, hide your kids. They raping everybody. You know what I mean? It's just random people can get on now, just from doing something weird, or a weird damn Daniel. You know what I mean? That's the social media age we live in. So this is great pub. Conor outspoken, getting into it with Floyd's dad, and then Floyd calling Conor a bitch multiple times, and people doing 1,000,000 videos about it. I mean, this is building the fight up, and this is what the people fear. This is what people that have nothing, stand nothing to gain. I told you guys got to be honest and tell the truth. And like I said, dead it. So the people who hate this fight and say it's ruining boxing, you shouldn't hear one video from them. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this is killing boxing. I'm telling you what it is. I'm going to make money off of this fight. I think it's going to be entertaining as a fight. And a lot of you guys, your methods are tired, and it's very easy to see what you do. Like I said, people are saying, oh, this ruins boxing. be a man or be a woman and just admit what it is. You don't like Floyd, you want him to lose, and you don't think Conor McGregor, not being a true boxer all of his life, has what it takes to get it done. That's what most of them are really mad at, because I said this before. If Conor McGregor and Floyd were fighting in the octagon, you wouldn't hear people saying this is ruining boxing to see a boxer go into the octagon to fight Conor. They would just be like, oh, because they know Conor has a great chance in that cage to beat Floyd Mayweather based on the different disciplines. But knowing that Floyd's the A side and this might be some easy work for 36 minutes, that's what they're mad at. You know what I mean? It's just like people, it's very easy to see people say, oh, this is bullshit. Conor's 0-0, man. This shouldn't count for Floyd's 50th fight, man. But what if, just what if Conor McGregor, and the motherfucker looks big. I've seen stranger things happen in boxing. Mike Tyson wasn't supposed to lose to the guy he lost to, or maybe even the guys he lost to, right? But hypothetically, and I'm not saying you should bet like this, I'm not selling the fight, but all those people that say, oh, 50-0, it shouldn't count as 50-0 if he beats him, right? Despite that Muhammad Ali fought a wrestler or whatever, despite all that type of stuff, if you say 50-0 shouldn't count, what if, just what if, Conor McGregor somehow knocked Floyd the fuck out? I guarantee you those same people would be like, yup, that counts, because that's what you want. You want to see him lose. Just admit it. Just be real. You know what I mean? And that's what it boils down to. So I just don't deal in like fake things. Oh, 50-0 shouldn't count. But if McGregor knocks Floyd the fuck out, oh, it's definitely going to count. It's going to be 49-1, and you want that one to count. You're not going to be like, oh, that doesn't count. This whole match should have been exempt. You're not going to say that, because we know what time it is, and you just want the man to lose. But props to Conor for taking the challenge. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The dudes are businessmen and they're salesmen, and they're doing that, and they're already doing, in my opinion, my honest, humble opinion, I think they've already done a better job of outselling. And I'll probably start placing bets because there's a lot of dumb people in the comment section. But I think this fight might even beat Pacquiao numbers. So if I believe that, then I believe it's going to beat what Canelo Golovkin does. Not saying what's a better fight or nothing like. I'm talking about numbers versus numbers. I think this will be the #1 fight to beat pay-per-view viewership buy-wise. And that goes to my point again. A lot of you guys are fake, because all these people that say, oh, I'm not watching. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I'm watching Kodo Kamagai on the same night. Then why are there 180,000 people on Showtime and 400,000 watching on UFC? You know what I mean? Those people have to come from somewhere. You mean to tell me out of all those people, 600,000, you know what I mean, 500,000+ people, none of them are the ones that said, oh, I'm not watching this. This sucks. This is a circus. This is some bullshit. I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying my money. You know, some of them people are, again, full of shit. But like I said, the numbers don't lie. I'm going to continue covering the fight, and there's a demand for it, and this proves it. So as far as the other fights, Canelo Golovkin, great fight, but I think they have to get on the ball promotion-wise to build some excitement. I seen Canelo, he started posting a couple of things of him working out. So conveniently, the day of Mayweather McGregor, when everyone's buzzing about that, now Canelo shows some clips of him working out, and it's getting overshadowed by this fight press conference. But it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. That is my full uncut thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Will this do good numbers? Can it beat Pacquiao and Mayweather? And can it beat Canelo versus Golovkin pay-per-view viewership? And once again, if it does beat Canelo Golovkin, then that's going to prove once and for all that a lot of y'all were full of shit. Support what you want to support. I never tell, you know what I mean? Like De La Hoya, he's making whole essays about, don't get this fight, please. I beg of you. You know what I mean? I don't have to do that. Buy whatever fight you want. Don't buy whatever you want. It don't matter to me. I'm going to get my scratch no matter what. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.